Welcome to the Talkin Balls Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and we have been talking about the quarterback situation all week. What is Josh Heupel going to do? Alabama on the longest winning streak in the history of this rivalry, the history of the third Saturday in October. What would Josh Heupel do? Would he rest guys? Would he take advantage of resting guys this week, having the bye week next week, getting ready for Kentucky and trying to finish down the stretch? What would Josh Heupel do? Well, we got some rumors coming in about who is going to be starting at quarterback. We'll get into that coming up in just 1 second. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. I would appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin Balls Network, welcome. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live and when we drop new content. We will be live on Saturday for a tailgate show about an hour and 15 minutes before kickoff. Hope you'll tune in for that. And then also Talkin Balls live immediately following the game. So let's jump into this article and let's figure out who Josh Heupel is planning to start at quarterback against Alabama. This is from SI.com, article written by Matt Ray. VAWLS reportedly settle on starting quarterback for Alabama. The article goes on to say here, when Hendon Hooker left last weekend's game against Ole Miss with an apparent leg injury, quickly became the topic of conversation among the Tennessee fan base, as Hooker has provided the most efficient quarterback play since Josh Dobbs. It says here, Hooker's departure left Joe Milton to finish out the game, which ended with a mental gaffe from the veteran signal caller that will be talked about for some time. It is unnecessary to minutely recount those details, but suffice it to say that Tennessee fans want to see Hendon Hooker behind center moving forward. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful. Let me just pause and say that. I am so thankful that we are all in agreement that Hendon Hooker gives this team the best opportunity to win. No more discussions about Joe Milton. No more discussions about Harrison Bailey. We are all in agreement that Hendon Hooker is our quarterback, and he gives Tennessee the best opportunity to go out and compete. The article goes on to say here, a report from ON3 Sports, Matt Zenit, Hendon Hooker will start this week against Alabama. So there you go. Hendon Hooker expected to start. Says that Zenitz was a longtime insider around the Alabama program before moving to a more national scale on ON3, but his story lines up with what we've heard and what Josh Heupel has said this week. It's got the quote here from Heupel. He's still day-to-day at this point, getting some work on the field. As we get to the end of the week, we'll know if he'll be available for this one. You know, Josh Heupel always says the same thing. So take it with a grain of salt as to what day-to-day means. You know, we heard that last week with Tyon Evans, with Cooper Mays. But I would like to think that, you know, Cooper Mays is pretty close. A lot of guys around the program felt like he was going to actually be back last week. So I'm thinking another game off. Hopefully he'll be on the field. Tyon Evans, same deal. I think it's one of those deals. A week off last week, I think they're going to be good to go against Alabama. Does this change your mindset any? You know, I've made the video this morning talking about the rivalry and how one-sided it's been lately. And a lot of people, you know, as a fan base, we just seem down because we've been beat down year after year by Alabama. Most of the time, it's not even close. You know, the Jarrett Garantano going rogue is probably the closest it's been in a long time, long time. And the conversation of what would Josh Heupel do? Will Josh Heupel choose to rest guys? Will Josh Heupel look ahead and try to take advantage, get healthy going into that Kentucky game, which is a more winnable game? And Jason Swain was talking about it just this morning on his show on YouTube, talking about Josh Heupel not being wired that way. And Ben McKee made a point and said, I don't think Josh Heupel is sitting around in his office trying to decide who he is going to sit out. You know what? Because Josh Heupel is a competitor. And how do you sell your players on a winning mentality, on talking about changing the culture, but when the going gets tough, when Alabama pops up on the schedule, you roll over and play dead? If Hendon Hooker's good to go, if Cooper Mays is good to go, if Tylen Evans is good to go, they're going to play. Josh Heupel is going to Alabama to win. He's not going down there to try to keep it close. He's not going down there to try to stay healthy. Josh Heupel's a competitor, and he's going to take that football team down there, and he's going to put a game plan together to try to beat Nick Saban and Alabama. The article goes on to say one source close to the program indicated to VR2 on SI that Hooker had been dealing with the injury for a couple of weeks and that the awkward landing at the end of last week's game just re-aggravated it enough to where he could not finish the contest. It says Heupel has alluded all week that Tennessee should be healthier against the Crimson Tide than they've been over the past few weeks. That is huge. Huge. That's another thing. You know, he talks about K'Ron Calvert, thought he was out for the year. Now Josh Heupel saying that he has busted his tail, worked his way back, and Calvert could be ready down the stretch here for a couple of games. So we'll see. That's huge, huge on this offensive line. You can get Cooper Mays back, get Cade Mays back, add Calvert back, gives you the opportunity to maybe move Cade Mays inside the guard. But I would have to question, you know, I get it. He's rehabbed. He's worked hard to come back. What's Calvert's football shape like? That's something to keep an eye on as well if he does make his way back onto the field. But again, going back here, Heupel said should be healthier against the Crimson Tide than they have been over the last few weeks, as they were also without leading rusher Tylen Evans last weekend. We will see closer to the game time if Hooker is indeed the guy, as Tennessee still likes to make most of these calls between early Friday and game time. But all signs point to Hendon Hooker being the guy to start behind center for the third Saturday in October. What do you guys think? Does it change your mindset at all? You got to like what Hendon Hooker brings to the table. You got to like, you know, that it's going to open up this offense just a little bit. I just don't know that Tennessee's defense, as good as they played all year, that they're going to be able to contain Alabama's offense, who I do think is leading the SEC in points per game. Can Tennessee slow them down? We'll find out on Saturday. But I like I said, man, it's been a weird week. It has been a down week. Just not a lot of buzz, not a lot of excitement going into this game, and it's understandable. But we can sit here and have conversations. We can talk about it. You can put in the comments that you think Tennessee has no chance. I can say the same. You know, all three of us here on the Talkin' VAWLS Network picked Alabama to win, and not only win, but win easily. All that matters is Josh Heupel and those football players. Do they believe they can win? Are they dialed in and focused? It's not been a problem all year. It's not. It's one of the best things that Josh Heupel has done with this football team. We've not seen them quit. We've not seen them roll over multiple times throughout the season. We've seen opportunities where in the past this, you know, that Tennessee team would have folded. That's not the case for the team in 2021. This team competes for 60 minutes. They're going to do it on Saturday against Alabama. But again, like I said, drop into the comment section, leave your thoughts, what you think about Hendon Hooker giving it a go. So I said earlier in the video this morning, you know, it sounds like he's just got a deep knee bruise. So if it's not going to impact him, if it's a pain thing, lace him up and let's go. But let me know what you think about it. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also ask you guys to check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Any and all support here, greatly appreciated. If you go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS, you can see we've got several different styles. When you click on the type of shirt you want, it also gives you several different color options. We've got the new flat bill hats. You guys asked for it, so we delivered it. So go pick those up. But any and all support's greatly appreciated. You know, I've said it multiple times, but I'm going to continue to say it. You guys make this show what it is. You make the channel what it is. I appreciate those of you that hang out in the Talkin' VAWLS Facebook group. And all of you that show up for the live streams and you share our videos, you tell people about us. That's how this channel continues to grow. And I think you guys, you know, you understand what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to act like our opinion is more valuable or means more. We're just like you guys. So we wanted to create a place here on YouTube where you guys can come, voice your opinions. We'll voice ours. That's why I love the tailgate show so much. So I hope you guys will tune in to that again about an hour and 15 minutes before kickoff tomorrow. So be a lot of fun. Get you guys on, have a little chat, talk a little ball. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs how like me, poets and in our chains, soaking moonlit.